Here we go.
I think the volume might be low again on this jump.
It's just the video. It's just this. It's low just on this.
Okay.
Welcome, world. We are here. The Relentlessly Real podcast is here. All right, welcome to the Relentlessly Real podcast, where we discuss real, raw, and relatable topics. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our podcast today. Let's kick this off with some introductions. I got my coffee, so I'm ready. My name is John.
My name's Mike.
And as always, I'm Terrence.
Terrence, you have been Terrence for how long? It's been a long time.
At least 39 years.
At least 39 years.
At least 39 years.
Give or take a few
Give
years.
or take.
Welcome, world. We are super excited to be here today, man. I am excited. I know we are. We've already actually been talking. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Wake it on up. It's 11 a.m. You should already be up. Hopefully you washed some clothes, made some breakfast, and you're getting ready to tune in to a brand new episode of the Relentlessly Real podcast. What's going on with you, Mr. Miles? It's good to see you on here following us, man. Thank you so much. So listen, guys, we are excited about today's episode. It's going to be juicy. We got some things to talk about. The trending topics are going to be hitting. I'm trying to tell you, we were laughing about it before in our pre-show talking about different things. So it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Are y'all ready? Gentlemen, are y'all ready? I mean, because I'm ready. I don't know. Y'all can tell I'm ready. I don't know about y'all ready, though.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm Jam. I'm Jam?
Yeah, Jam out here, man.
Damn.
Yeah, he out here. So listen, I got a really good question. So remember, guys, I changed my stuff from Would You Rather to Question of the Day. All right, so the question of the day.
Okay. Can this not involve watermelon? That's all I ask.
It won't involve watermelon because we've been doing the watermelon challenges, as you guys know. And I didn't even do it. I said I was going to do the watermelon.
Actually, I did it. I did it, actually, by the way.
You did the watermelon and what?
I did do it.
Which one did you do?
The watermelon. I'm not doing no mustard. I did do the watermelon and cinnamon.
Oh, you did the watermelon and cinnamon?
Cinnamon, I did do it. And it's actually not bad. I'm not going to lie.
I talked to you all week. You ain't telling me about the watermelon and cinnamon that
I
you
did do it. Yeah, I did do it. And I popped the Benadryl right after that. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, because did you have a reaction?
I know, but just in case. In case.
Okay.
I was about to say, golly.
I was about to say, you just literally took a bite and that was it. Like you almost died.
Yeah, okay. Just in case.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Look, the question of the day is, this is a good one. What would you do if you thought your wife was cheating and she denied it? What would you do, gentlemen, if you thought your wife was cheating and she denied it?
I would start off. I think it's funny how. And then,
What's wrong? What's wrong? Nothing. I just think it's funny that we gonna pull some of their moves.
Oh yeah, no. The best one. I got a headache, so no. I got a headache, so don't touch me. Don't touch me. I got it.
I'm fine. I'm cool. I just find it funny that
I just thought that was a really good question. I was listening to some podcasts today, and they had a conversation semi about this, but not really. And I was like, man, what would you do if you thought your wife was cheating? And literally, she's like, no, I'm not. I'm good. I'm not cheating. Like, what are you talking about? I would never do that to you. And you're getting, like, let's say, this is a good one. You're getting text messages, right? Because she don't know that you got the whole cloud situation going on, right? So when she's texting him and he texting her, it's coming to your iPad. So you actually really do know, right? So let's say that scenario is happening and you getting the text to your iPad and they going back and forth. You know she cheating and she's telling you, no, babe, I'm faithful. I love you. It's all about us.
What's going to happen is we're going to sit down. We're going to watch a movie. Everything cool, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to airplay that jump to the TV.
Woo. Hey, babe, you want to watch this new movie? Yeah. It's starring you. I like cheating. That. You're cheating, mother.
I'm giving women credit. I feel like that will only happen to men. I feel like women be like, I feel like that's a male thing. Like we don't know iCloud was how you like. I didn't even know.
Look, you're like, oh, I got iCloud. I didn't even know I had that. What's the iCloud? iCloud.
Phone Bluetooth to the TV. You go in the bathroom thinking you about to. Next thing you know, she watching your whole.
So you really? You want to go out tonight? And look, you're like, hey babe, I gotta run to the store and I gotta run some errands. And she's like, the whole time she know where you're going. Time.
You double tapping big booty chicks. Okay. Well, go be with them then.
I just feel like that's an overwhelming scenario in which you could never really address. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, what would I even say? I'm like, how do you start that off? Like, would it be one of those things like y'all jokingly say, like, yo, it's so funny how? Like, would it be one of those? Or would I be like, I caught you? Would I be like, I feel like my energy is more like, I'm a go be where y'all gonna meet up at. I'm gonna show up. And I'm gonna be
just sitting at the table.
I'm gonna just be sitting there like, hey. So you know, what I'm here. And who are you?
What's that brown sugar?
I'm her husband. Yeah, brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Yeah,
we about to celebrate my divorce.
That's my energy right there, T. That's my energy. I would do that. I would do that energy right there. I would be like, we gonna celebrate our divorce because I asked you and I think there's something. I mean, we all know there's something about that double down lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, when you really just be. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to pause what I was about to say because somebody just shouted out my beautiful studio setup. Thank you so much, Alicia. We're trying to do a little something slight here.
Yeah.
Here at Jones Residence, and look, we're on YouTube now and on Facebook. I neglected to say that we are no longer just on Facebook. We are now on YouTube as well. So hey, man, we're gonna spread the love. We're gonna make sure people know about it. T, I'm sorry, T. What were you drinking just now?
Mind your
business. Is that an iced tea? It is 11:10, T.
It's just iced tea from Long Island, but it's just iced.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just ice. It's just ice. It's just
okay. I was about to say
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Why you at my house? Go back to your setup. Go back to your setup.
If you're drinking at 11 a.m., are you an alcoholic? I mean, I just want to know.
It's not true.
At 11 a.m., I think if you drink before morning, you're alcoholic. That's a personal thought of mine.
It's evening someplace.
I mean, if you
that's an alcoholic thought. That's an alcoholic thought. Go ahead, Mike. What'd you say?
If you like the taste of like bourbon or whiskey or something like that, then
bourbon is good.
Each own.
Somebody said it could be brunch.
Thank you.
And somebody else said he grown. He ain't grown.
John.
He got a wife. He ain't grown. All of us with wives ain't grown. We all know.
Thank you, T. Mimosas start. She said mimosas start at 10 a.m.
That doesn't make it right. And I'm so tired of calling her T. She has no T until you get to bait. The last part of her name, and then there's a T.
Listen, you don't know. Listen.
Let's get back to the podcast because I'm getting off task.
Oh my God.
The bottom line is this, guys. We're amped up today. We're excited. I don't know what's going on. What would you do? I think the bottom line is I would show up. I would pull up. Mike said what? What would you do, Mike?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna airplay that jump to the TV while we're watching the movie. and then just look at her.
You're airplaying the text message as the movie's going, and T says,
I'm with your energy. We're gonna pull up to the spot. I'm probably gonna have people with me. I'm probably gonna have people with me though.
You're gonna have
I'm not gonna be the only one. Yeah, I need some witnesses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just about to say I would probably bring T or Mike or like, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, who knows what's gonna go down with me? I don't even know what I'm gonna do when I pull up. I only know that I'm at the restaurant. I have no clue what's happening literally the next step after that. I may go from there to all the way on.
If one of y'all was to text us and be like, yeah, man, I caught my wife cheating. Where you at? Like, where are you right now?
Because wherever you are, I need to be, because I don't want you to kill her or him.
That's what I said. I need,
you got to pull up. So I think the right thing is to pull up. But I think in most cases, men are the dumbest people, and women generally won't do that. But I just wanted to give that kind of because my question of the day is
she'll find a way around it. She'll be like, no, this we were talking about I'm trying to get you a Father's Day gift, and he was here. He was here, so that's why you messing up. You messing up your situation.
What's funny is that Jerome actually works at a dealership. I was trying to get you a car.
Yeah, exactly.
So you could be able, like that's how.
And we beat Boo Boo the fool. Oh my bad, I'm sorry.
I do want that car though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Still good with that?
Yo, Kalita said, "Yo, I would poison you slowly."
Jesus,
that's 100% fact. Like, yo, I don't know what's going on, but I can't feel my fingers anymore. I don't know.
Don't forget, if you're watching this live right now, can you just can you share it to your page? Share it to your page. Just copy that share link.
Share everywhere. Share.
I'm about to say,
some good conversation.
Y'all already know we're gonna have a great conversation today. And Terrence has a brand new episode and a brand new segment in our episode today, and it's called "The Earth is Ghetto." You gotta tell us what that is. Tell us what that is.
So we are going to be highlighting some of the stupid things that happen here on planet Earth, and reasons why we should book that flight with Elon Musk and just get out of here. Because Earth is ghetto.
Earth is ghetto.
Earth is incredibly ghetto.
Okay. So Baltimore ghetto too, but go ahead.
So is Northeast DC.
I said I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Mr. Clinton. Don't come from my city that I don't even live
there no
more.
Terrence,
I don't even live there no more. So why am I'm not defending.
All right, ladies. All right.
With that firm Ravens hat on. All right, Terrence, start your segment, man. What's going on?
All right, so listen, on this episode of The Earth is Ghetto, we're gonna talk about this. I know you all have seen this, but I've been waiting to highlight this guy, Ronnie O'Neal. I don't know if you all have seen this video. And if you have, please, you can already just throw a thumbs up in the chat. But this guy, I think John could put the video. This guy, he is wanted. He's on trial for double homicide. So just take a look real quick, because instead of going with the public attorney or public defender, he decides he's going to defend himself. And yeah,
okay.
Can y'all hear that?
Yep.
All right. Oh God.
Fabricating fictitious government you ever seen.
You can stop it, bruh. So
by the time it's all said and done,
I want to get that last little bit in. There you go, T. Go ahead.
So thank you, Michelle. He definitely was the donkey of the day. I just want to know. You are a juror, and people, you can comment. You are a juror on the stand. You are a juror of this trial, and he walks in to drop his opening statement. What are you thinking right in that moment? You could be honest. What are you thinking right in that moment when you see this fool drop his opening statement?
There's an usher in the middle of the aisle trying to get them into the pew. oh, here's 2 seats here.
What was he defending himself about though?
He swears that the police have tampered with evidence. He did not murder his girlfriend and her and the daughter, because he's on trial for murdering 2 people, and he's defending himself.
Okay. He's going to jail, just so we're
He's
clear. Like
going-
you're gonna serve a long time in jail. First of all, I feel like you should have just had the people that were gonna, the people that they assigned to you. One of them people, even if they were fully booked, they might have gave you a few less years, except for you want to get up there and start talking. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, he's going to prison.
Yeah, for a long time.
I've seen all the memes. All the memes after him have just been somebody getting with an orange jumpsuit. Just be like, look, just go and lock me up. It's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
It's done.
But this is episode number 1. The Earth is ghetto. When I seen this, I'm out. Like this is it.
Yeah, I think the hair alone just said a lot about that. But yeah, the Earth is truly ghetto.
People feel like we can't say that because I can say that, bruh. You are on trial.
Yeah,
you are like I can't. You are on trial for murder, and you know some of those jurors are white. You just know it.
Like
you know.
I have a question. I'm like, do you want to win, sir? Do you want to win this trial? Because you're positioning yourself into a corner of not winning right now. Like that's
like at the end of the day, you got to play the game, and even though the game, like I heard what he was trying to say as far as like corrupt governments and all that other stuff, but you got to win the game. So you if you're gonna go up there and represent yourself, you better have a good set of cards to be able to,
This is not for a job interview. This is like if you want to show up how you want to show up for a job interview, not get the job, cool. You can get the death penalty, and this is this is your best attempt. This is your perfect attempt to not get killed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So listen, I want to give a little a huge shout out actually to my cousin real quick. He basically has an app called Flickshop, and the app is so dope that basically you can take a picture with your phone and you can be able to send a postcard to somebody in prison of like a situation or something that's happening out in life or whatever, instead of having them write, because right now everybody usually gets letters and all that, and that's how they communicate. They use the app though. And they send the postcard to the person in whatever prison that they're in, and it's a perforated card that they can rip apart and say, okay, I want to keep the picture of my daughter and the message or hold the message or whatever of whatever was stated of the event that happened or whatever. Especially through COVID, you know what I'm saying? When everything was shut down in the jails, basically Flickshop was one of the only apps that was able to keep going and communicate and keep the lines of communication open because, visitations were closed during that time. So the reason I want to shout him out is because he got an award called the Advocate of Hope Award, and I just thought it was super dope. And I wanted to shout people out, and I want to take some time, if we have anybody that we can kind of like raise up and say, man, this is super dope. An app that was created for somebody that will be able to, communicate with their family and keeping families and fathers connected, especially Father's Day weekend. It's Juneteenth. I'm feeling the Black love. I'm feeling like, we got to support each other. We got to lift each other up. And I just thought that was super, super dope. So big up to Marcus Bullock. And the Flickshop community. Dope. It's dope. So if you ever, it's called FLIKSHOP. Again, it's FLIKSHOP, Flickshop. And if you want to download the app and you want to send stuff to your loved ones that are locked up, man, that's a dope app to do it through. So big up to my cousin, man. I just want to say that real quick, Marcus Bullock. All right. Thank you guys so much for that. And I want to hop into some more trending topics. Okay. So there's this one that I thought was super juicy, and I had to make sure. I don't know if I want to start with that one though. Let me skip around. I'm gonna start with the Alabama mother one. Okay, I'm gonna start with that one. So there's an Alabama mother. There's an Alabama mother and daughter who enjoy watching each other within sex tapes. The mother and daughter, they just like, hey, hey mom, what are you doing in this sex tape? And mom's like, I do this. What do you do? And so I was like, oh, okay, so this is really interesting. So I just thought that you guys might want to see. You know what I'm saying? What's going on?
And we live in Jacksonville, Alabama. We do everything together.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
Watch a movie together, cook together.
Twerk.
Go on, go crazy, show up.
I couldn't imagine my life without my mom being in it. I wouldn't know what to do, how to function.
I've had people say that we're too close.
Okay, you got to spread it open a little bit. My mother and I have been waxing each other for quite some time now.
Yeah.
I showed her my first sex tape about 2 years ago.
I showed her my first sex tape maybe a year ago. What kind of positions do you think I should do, or what do you think we should do? And she was just like, oh, girl, prop your leg up in this angle. Maybe your back should have been a little bit more arched in this position.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. You got to arch your back.
You guys are sick.
This is
So I mean, it's important,
What's important? You think
back arch?
The back arch is important, but I think
Yeah.
I think what might get a little awkward or weird is when parents start talking about sex with each other and their kids. I mean, with the kids and the mom and all that. And I was like, mom and daughter.
So what you're saying
Sharing
is
tips.
there's no coloring conversation should happen between
No.
mom and daughter.
No color. You're right. I'm sorry. I used the wrong word. Color. No coloring should be talked about with your mother.
Lifting the leg is
But mom may be a freak. She may know some things that you didn't know. So I kind of was like, I'm torn. I don't know. Hey, mom.
Let's think about it like this for a second. Your marriage is struggling in that area, right? Think about it like that. And you talking to your mom, it's just like, mom, or dad or whatever. It's like, yo, in all honesty, this is where we at right now. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
All right, listen here, son. This is what you need to do. Or the mom will be like, all right, look here, daughter. I ain't too far removed. Me and your dad, we still, we get to that.
We know what time it is.
Yeah. I mean, you here, right? We got you here. So this is what you need to do. You need to go ahead and get your legs. You need to do one of them.
Talk about it, Mike.
Yeah, get out a whiteboard and all that. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's okay.
Get the plays right, man.
I think this is okay. I don't see the big deal. This is fine. This is like somebody said, parenting goals. Like this is like we should normalize. I'm just kidding.
I'm about to say, go ahead, T. Normalize it, brother.
This is disgusting. This is filthy disgusting.
Okay,
like,
I'm gonna make sure.
It's the sharing of videos. Like if you want,
that's.
I'm not saying talk. Like cool. If you want, like when you get a little older, if you want to talk about it, it's still a little weird to me. It's still creepy. But the sharing of the video. So if you can see here, look at Exhibit A. So when I lifted the leg at this height, you look at the angle. At that point, that we're sharing videos, and like, why are we sharing videos? I don't.
No.
Yeah.
It was tough.
In all honesty, I think there should be conversation in reference to that. Like if it's absolutely necessary, like the situation I told you about, right? As far as like struggling in certain areas or whatever. If you feel that comfortable with your parents, but there is a very thin line.
Do you want to see your dad? You want to see your dad's wee wee?
No. You were dead as soon as you said, "Do you want to see?" No.
That's the first question that I have, because if you're seeing if you're seeing a coloring tape,
no,
then it's gonna be you're gonna see a little dad footage.
I'm good.
Okay?
So good.
You're gonna see a little dad stuff. Okay,
I'm cool.
So
I don't even want to think. I don't even want to see myself coloring. Like that's already. Let's just stop right there.
Yo,
I don't want to see anybody else.
It's
like,
wild. It's wild. It's a
slow mo and rewind.
Yo, I'm not slow mo or rewind.
What about that panoramic shot? Look at the look at the.
When I got married 7 years ago, my dad sat me down. We were talking in at his house, right? And he floated me a book. He was like, son, you're about to embark upon some new territory, because he thought that was the first time I was coloring. I was like, brother, let me help you. No, okay. I've been coloring way before today, but okay. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, look, man, listen, son, I got a book for you. He gave me this book. And the book, it was this old book, right, from like the 1930s, full of white people. It wasn't even black people, it was white people. And you open the joint up, and all you saw was penises and positions. He's like, when you and Jovita consummate the marriage, here's some tips. I was like, Dad,
I can hear him say,
do you have the book? Do you still have the book?
I don't know where the book is.
Please,
but man,
find this book. I feel like you should pass it down. I feel like you should keep this in the family.
A family heirloom, if you will.
Pass it down. My dad gave it to me, so I'm sharing it with you, and you.
You passing it down like a cookbook.
I promise you, I was. Imagine when I pulled up at home, like, hey, babe, before we get down to business, my dad gave me this book. She was just like, John, get that away from me.
Can we try number 13? I want to try number 13. Can we try number 13?
I was like, my dad wanted me to show you this book of how we can have the coloring.
Oh my God.
It's literally a coloring book. Like, it's literally a coloring book.
Yo, Chris said, Dad, what's your hip thrust technique? Dad, son, sit down. Let me show you all this highlight reel of my life. You know how when Dad's talking to get rid of, let me show you all of this.
The highlight reel of the old projectors, the joke that goes slide by slide.
Dude, I'm trying to tell you, when I saw that book, I said, Dad, I love you, but if you ever show me anything like this ever again, that's the last conversation we'll ever have about anything.
The
all right.
Spice Channel. Real quick, I just want to say a shout out. It not only is it Juneteenth, but it is also Sickle Cell Day. So I definitely want to highlight that. For if you have loved ones who do struggle with sickle cell, we definitely want to highlight today. It is an important day. So just why I don't want to stop and pause highlight that.
Awesome. So there's another story that transpired over the past week or so. There was this man, the trans man, that was beat to death after giving oral to a man as a woman, not disclosing that he was trans. His name was Etute. Appeared in Montgomery County General District Court in Christiansburg Wednesday. Prosecutor Jason Morgan, in arguing against Etute's release on bond, testified that the defendant had met Smith for an oral sex April 10th after the two had connected on Tinder. And Etute believed that the person he had hooked up with was a woman named Angie. He returned to Smith's apartment May 31st, realized Smith was a man, and he flew into rage, beating him to death. And so I just was like, whoa, that is a heck of a story. And we're not going to go too deep into this because this is a topic we're going to address in a couple episodes from now. But what I will say, I don't know what I would do if I thought the female was a male and they gave me oral.
If you thought initially they were a female, but they turned out to be a male.
Yeah, male. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
If you're colored, I mean.
No. I meant what Mike said.
I'm trying to help you out, bro.
Thank you, brother, because I don't want that to go viral. Like, oh, he's into that. No, I'm not into that.
When you make the clips commercialize that part of the segment. All right.
Michelle said background checks are free in Maryland.
Dude, listen, let me tell you something.
You better check these things, man.
It's 2021. First of all, it's 2021. I'm sorry. Like, if you got to strip. You got to strip.
But they changed. I mean,
no, you can't. No. You have to strip completely
before you get oral.
Before
you get oral tea.
Anything physical happens. Kiss, long hug. You have to strip because I don't believe you.
Yeah,
I don't believe you in 2021. I just don't believe you.
You're a liar.
No. Exactly.
You got to prove to me that you are the sex you are.
That's an Adam's apple. That's an Adam's apple. I know when I see it. Take it off. Right,
bro.
Strip right now. Strip right now. Strip.
Now I will say, I'm not going to prison because in essence, he was mad that he had sex with someone willingly who was a man, and now he flipped that to having sex unwillingly with a bunch of men for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
that's not a fair trade-off.
You're gonna get punished. That's a good point.
It's not a fair trade. That's not. I'm like, now you like what you were trying to avoid, you're not going to be able to avoid.
No,
and so just like I'm not going to prison for you.
Now you have a husband.
Yeah,
instead of just an encounter one time.
Yeah.
Now you have somebody that's like, hey, I'm gonna get that every night.
Yeah,
and but I thought, I guess I just thought from the lens of my own. I was just like, I don't even know what I would do, but I think I agree with Chris where he says, hey, you're going to give them a physical before they do anything physical in 2021.
That's it.
We're going to make sure we're going to check. We're going to do a whole check because I want to make sure, because I just thought that was just a wild story. And I can understand, the guy getting so upset that he wanted to, literally kill the guy. I get that
definitely.
But what's interesting, and we're not going to spend much more time on this because we got a bunch of other stuff to talk about. But what I hear is that the transgender community is saying, "Hey, we don't want to be a part of the LGBTQ no more because we believe we're actually a woman. So now we're not going to identify with the LGBTQ. We're going to just be women in our own right, and we're not going to disclose the sex that we originally were." So I thought that was an interesting argument as well. But man,
I just feel like I feel like however you feel on this scenario, I feel like the other person has the right to know. I feel like the person who you are in a relationship with, it has a right to know, Because
Absolutely.
if you're a woman, like I'm looking even from the flip side, because I know people are looking at it from the man's perspective. You know, men are we aggressive and we don't like that, don't know that stuff. But on the flip side, if you're a woman and you're interested and you only want to date a man because you want to be able to have children one day, blah 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 blah, and you date a transgender, which is perfectly fine. I just feel like they have the right to share that with you. Because I feel like at that point you have
to share that with me. That's
it's not the same as asking how many bodies you had in the past. Like this was a whole nother lifestyle that you were living.
Right.
Like sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
because you just share. I'm like I am a woman. I am transgender, and I want, if you're comfortable with that, I want to keep moving. And that person has a right to choose, because you'll find some Malik Yobas who have no problem with that.
Well, the dude didn't disclose that, and that's why he got beat to death. And
I'm okay with him being angry, just not.
I'm okay with him being. I think we're all okay with him being angry, but you know, when you kill somebody, I think that's a little permanent. But Kelly made up a good point. She said, "But what if they have had the surgeries and are now transgender?" That's a good point. Like they have transitioned over. You ain't gonna never know. And so I don't know what to tell y'all, future people that are gonna be dating and talking to these people on Tinder and all. It's rough.
Listen,
it's rough.
Yeah, it's hard out here for a pimp.
So I just wanted to just bring that to our attention. It was a hard story, Paul, to have to bring to the fore. I was quick with mine, so you can't even catch me.
It's just the pun intended.
All pun intended. But you know, excuse me, before funneling my belongings, fill out this questionnaire. Please fill out this questionnaire. Okay.
Yeah, hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, if they ain't gonna answer no questionnaire, honestly, if they're gonna act like they're another sex, but whatever the case may be. We're moving on. So, this was really hot and trending, and I thought this was dope because we're all Christians here, we're all believers here, you know, and then we have a dope podcast that may seem like, man, these guys are just cool and all that. We're still believers. But man, was this a wild topic that took place this week where Maverick City's main singer, Chandler Moore, just got married, and man, he had his girl, you know, kind of posed out that he just married, and the Christian community went wild about it. And here's just a short little piece of what transpired. You know what I'm saying? So here it is.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Kev on stage, and I'm asking you the question: can married Christians twerk and post on Instagram? The reason I asked this is because Chandler Moore, the guy who often gets to sing in the middle of Maverick City music songs, the Saints are up in arms. They are up in arms because he got married last week, and he posted a photo of his wife mid throwing that thing in a prayer. And Christians of the Wahite hue are upset. Not all, but mostly. And I'm talking about they're throwing every Bible scripture at him in the world. This scripture, that scripture, sexuality, promiscuity, man shall not live by bread alone. I'm upset. And I'm asking myself why. I mean, these people were livid. I saw one person like, would Jesus twerk? Literally, they come, would Jesus be twerking? No.
So that's pretty much an overview of what transpired. The Christian community went wild and hated the idea that their Christian singer, leader, worship leader, whatever the case may be, had his wife bent over and was letting her turn that thing around for him for social media. And I just wanted to know, what are y'all thoughts on this particular topic? Because I'm perplexed. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so if you dissect the video a little bit, right, you could clearly see that she's mid twerk, and I think the issue was that it looks like he's, you know, just kind of got her bent over type situation and just flaunting the fact that, you know, he got her bent over. I felt like that's what people were just up in arms about. But regardless, come on, man, we doing way too much. We doing
by we much. Who's the we you're talking about?
I feel like the Christian community, the ones that are bashing him for posting the way he posted. I mean, that's his wife. He's free to do whatever and post it. I mean, granted, there are limits, right? I will say there are limits. So I ain't saying go out here and post a porno or nothing like that. I mean, if y'all want to videotape y'all stuff, y'all keep that in your house. That's on you. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to, I don't know, it's whether if he didn't post it, they would still be doing it at the reception. You feel what I'm saying? Like, people see it regardless. So do your thing. You married. Do you?
Terrence.
I feel like you guys know my opinion. I feel like this is whack. I feel like if he is, she's fully clothed. What's the big deal? She's fully clothed.
Right.
They're married. It's a. I feel like, and I'm not trying to get too deep in the spiritual thing, but I still feel like Jesus was social, and I feel like we try to apply things that stuff that happens today to back then that don't relate. Jesus was in some capacity social. He hung out with his friends. He turned stuff water into wine, not trying to be too deep. He was still social. This is socially acceptable of the time without, I think, transitioning to sin. My question is what he did is sin. If what he did is not sin, what's the big deal? That's his wife. He's dancing with his wife. What's the big deal? It's not a big deal. I think people who do it, they're like old fashioned and too deep. And this also translates to our conversation we've had before about how the church waters down sex so much that it doesn't even come up, or even it's not even discussed. So people get married not prepared to what's okay. And you get married and you're just like, you don't know how to engage in these things because we don't even talk about it. It's just I can't dance with my wife. Let me be very clear. That joke would have been everywhere. And she might not even had those clothes on. I'm married. I'm married. So what's the big deal? I don't know.
Yeah, I concur. I think it's interesting to see the Black culture. I think Alicia made a great point. She said, "Is it a white or Black Christian community?" And I think because Maverick City is such a diverse group, it's kind of hard to understand who might have been so up in arms about it. But I'm not even putting. I mean, it's a great conversation because I truly believe Black culture, broad strokes, Black culture will probably be okay with something like that. White culture probably would not. That's what I'm just saying, broad strokes.
I'd be interested in actually having conversations with folks that had issues with it, just to gain perspective, to see where they're coming from with it. Now, granted, when you try to like reach with like random scriptures, I don't know which ones they actually used or whatever like that to kind of back up their reasoning for having an issue with it. But I'm open to a discussion, at least for me personally. Like, I'm open to a discussion with somebody that has a problem with it.
I would have posted some more. That's how petty I am. I took that and doubled down and posted more.
100%. You know, I think a lot of people kind of said it, but I think that the issue that I'm finding with it is that Christian culture has done a horrible job at identifying what should and shouldn't be displayed, talked about, addressed in our culture. And therefore, when things are happening in our marriages, because we have never discussed it, because we don't talk about it, because, you know, it's taboo, it's something we shouldn't touch, something we shouldn't, you know, bring up, because this is a Christian circle in some way, of like some sense of like, this is a holy space, like God wouldn't address this in this holy space. I get frustrated when I see that, and I hate when people try to make it seem like, because social media is an extension of us. It's an extension of who we are as people. That's all social media is supposed to be, in my opinion. So like when I put whatever out there, it's an extension of who I am. Yeah. And I'm not going to hide who I am for y'all. So if y'all don't like it, get off my page. You know what I'm saying? That's my energy, you know? Go ahead.
There's two comments that came up. One, I want to talk about those. Renee said some of the comments were saying that he was putting his wife out there in a bad light. And I just feel like I don't like that. I don't like that terminology, and I'm glad Renee brought up, because it puts in a position of ownership, like he owns her, and so it was his fault it was his fault why she chose to do that.
What if she initiated the twerk though?
Yeah.
Like, what if she was the one who was?
She could have bent over and said, "Hey, take this."
Yeah. Exactly. So that's one. It's not all on him. It's not on her either. And the other thing they put up, it says, Jam said he apologized for the pictures, and the other thing is something that deserves an apology. So let me have two points to this. So it's one of those things where I don't think he did anything wrong, but I know, and not to be too scriptural too, but Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, I know that the scripture talks about if don't do something that caused everybody else to stumble, and I feel like if it's too big of a deal, if y'all too, then I would it doesn't hurt me to take it down. It doesn't hurt me to, like, if that's going to cause too much discord, I'm okay with not doing it.
Yeah,
because like you mean, at the end of the day, I want, like, but at the same time, that would lead to a conversation with my flock. It would lead to a conversation. We got to change our narrative of this. I'm taking it down because it became too big of a deal. But we're going to talk about this Sunday. We're going to address this going forward. So that way, we got to change this narrative. And that's my thing why I like it, because I think, like John said, the church has done a horrible job at making sex like okay. And so by putting stuff like this out there, it's like, this is when you do it. This is when it's okay. This is when it's like acceptable. And so we're not going to shy away from that. Like, you know,
like if you wait all that time to finally get a girl to put that booty on that thing,
you better be glad she got on clothes while she,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you better get off my face. I done waited all this time. And see, this is what we don't talk about in the culture. That's why we have these conversations. I'm like, yo, why?
Jam, it's a good point.
Why can't they do that? Like, why can't they do that as a married couple? Why can't they do that? And I agree. Is it because he's black? But here's the other thing that I would say. Is twerking a sin? I wasn't going to say that. I just read it. Is dancing with your husband a sin? I don't think twerking is a sin. I don't think dancing with your husband is a sin. I think all these things we're making much out of nothing, right? And a lot of what social media is about is that exact identity, that thing. Like, oh, we're going to make a whole bunch of, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's not a big deal. And I think because that's what social media is supposed to be about, though, a little bit too, like that viral sense, right? So we got to understand too, Chandler Moore is a predominant Christian artist at this point. You kind of like, as much as I feel for him, you're in that space. It's kind of like Kyrie being a basketball player, and he still has to do interviews. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't like to have to do it. You're a Christian artist.
Yeah,
you gotta kind of
come with the dog.
You get to have the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? It's the good with the bad. And in my opinion, I hate it for him because I'm like, our Christian culture sucks that we would rather sit there and shoot up his Instagram comment section with scriptures than go live out the scriptures we want to shoot up him with. You know what I'm saying? We won't live that out in the culture. We'll just shoot it towards him and then be like, let's go back to my life in which I have no alignment with scripture, but I'm gonna shoot it towards him because I think it's wrong. That's
why some celebrities get off the position that he's in. Now
that's why some celebrities get off social media, like totally. You'll find celebrities that say like, I don't want no parts, because if I, like Kevin Hart talks about this a whole lot, like if I post something, it's going to be viewed by different people different ways. So you know what? I'll just get off totally. That way you ain't got to worry about it. You don't got to worry about it. You don't got no opinions. So the scripture that you were talking about, Terrence, I don't remember exactly where it is, but it's something around the lines of like, if my brother, like if I eat meat and my brother doesn't eat meat and it causes him to sin, then I won't eat it around him. Yes.
So that kind of goes in turn with what Renee was saying about like a apology with yes and no. And I agree with this. I was going to say the exact same thing. So apologize in a sense of like, hey, I'm sorry if I offended anybody or anything like that. But at the same time, I'm not sorry for what I did. For what I did, celebrating with my wife and posting our celebration. Like, I'm not sorry for that.
That was his wedding day, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Man, you better get out my face.
Like I'll go live and do a whole twerk session to get low.
That's how really I am. I'm like, so you better get out my face. Like,
I will put the yin yang twins on, pull my wife over and go for it. Okay, because we gotta stop. So this is, and we didn't even mean to go this deep into this, but we got to stop, Christians. This is why they don't want to be around us. This is why we're not. This is why we're not someone that's attractive, because we don't want to show all of who we are. We want to show who we want to show, and then the rest of us is never dealt with. And I'm getting tired of that being a narrative. We got to be okay showing our whole selves, even if it's wrong, even if you don't like it, even if it's not what you think it should be. Let me at least feel comfortable to show my whole self to you.
And that's John. That's why I think earlier with the mom and the daughter, that was okay, because you got to be okay. Too much? Is it too far? Is that not okay? Too much? You know, like with the mom and Shane, the daughter with Shane, with the sex videos.
Yeah, that was too much.
Okay, all right. Well,
that was too much. The mom.
I take my point away.
Alicia made a good point though. There's no room to be a complete person in the Christian industry. You're looked at as a product, not a whole person. And and that's the problem, because if you think about it from a Chandler Moore perspective, he's only a product. So who's gonna love him if he shows his true self? Because it's like a lot of pastors and preachers deal with the same thing. I can never reveal who I really am because my flock won't follow me. If I show them that I mess up, make mistakes, I'm broken, I'm not perfect, my image will be broken. And I'm like, we as a Christian industry or Christian like I don't know, group have to be like, yo, it's okay to be broken. It's okay to be not okay. And that be a part of our reach. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop with the whole narrative of like, man, your Instagram page should be scrubbed with perfection. No, show that you've been in your wife over, because that's what it's about when you get married. That's a good thing. We should be applauding this thing that he's like, yeah, you waited. I don't know if he did.
Yeah.
No, he actually has a kid outside of marriage, but whether he did or didn't, maybe he's withheld himself for the past 4 years. Like, we should give him that grace and say, man, do whatever with your wife, man. It's your girl. He ain't got no side joke. It's not like he's dating her and they're not married and he's an artist. He's like, I waited till I'm married and I'm having fun enjoying it. We should be celebrating that reality. So
Yeah.
that's my opinion about it. But
I'm with it.
I'm about to slap Christians on sight with any stupid stuff that I hear. Like, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. Y'all doing too much and y'all are dumb.
Come here. Stop that.
Yeah. I will smack the crap out of you. You do that again. I'm just tired of it. So I think overall that's my take on it. Our take on it. We gotta move on, guys, because we have another one that's a doozy, and it's kind of I want to make sure before so many Christians forget the importance of grace and forgiveness.
That's a good point, T.
Woo!
T. That's a good point, T.
Come on, T. I'm sick of saying T. I'm gonna say T too, but you're right. You're correct.
Not doing it.
We will absolutely crucify him, and then when we need it, we're like, oh no, please forgive me. No. Keep that same energy. Yeah. You want to crucify somebody else? Get ready for you to be crucified. You know what I'm saying?
Well, somebody, would you be okay with your future daughter? Absolutely. I would be okay with that.
With that being your daughter and future son-in-law.
I would be okay with what he posted. I'm actually okay with that. I want my. I hate having this conversation and even the thought about my.
I'll come upstairs and bend you over right now, Javita. Are your parents on here?
Yeah, like
I just scared.
Okay, so I would. I'm not doing that, Brother Dorson. If you're on here, I'm just letting you know I don't like.
She knows. Look, them kids. She know what you done did.
I just feel like at that point I'm cool. Like my daughter's getting married. She's giving up the cakes. Like she's giving up the cakes.
Don't say.
What am I gonna do at this point?
I got an 8-month-old upstairs. T, please.
Look, there's just a certain point. There's just a certain point within the reception. I probably just got to bounce. You know what I'm saying? I gotta enjoy. Yeah, good night.
There.
Good night. I'm gonna take my slice of cake and I'm out.
Your son-in-law.
Don't do that.
I mean,
like that just in front of you.
At that point,
but it's happening. It's going to be happening in real time. Once this wedding ends, it's happening in real time. So what am I going to do? Like, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I gotta be cool. I think I have to be cool with it. I think that's the part. Yeah. This is just what it is when it comes to. It's a thing of life, right? Like, I mean, I'm not saying I would be okay with it, but I would have to be okay with it. It's more the point, right? Like, I'm
taking somebody's daughter right now to Pound Town, so that means if when you think about it, somebody birthed her and somebody made her, and I am taking her to Pound Town. So therefore, when it's my turn,
that's just too much, T. You gotta dial it back.
Oh my God,
Pound Town, dial it back, T. All I'm saying is,
that's what's happening.
He done made a whole community. Like, this is Pound Town. It's too much. It's too much, T. I think that it's not okay. I will never be okay. I have two daughters. I will never be okay having to give my daughters away at that point. But what I'm saying is, I'll have to be okay because that's the cycle of life. Like, I'm not okay dying. But I gotta die. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's okay with it. It's just this is just what happens in life. Your daughters get older.
She gonna wait till she gonna leave. She gonna wait.
What she say?
she gonna wait.
I'm waiting for Daddy to leave the wedding, John Jones, because he's not ready. He don't deserve that. I'm his only daughter. I would listen. Get off of my sister like that. That's disgusting. But the reality is, we have to be okay with it, and we gotta shift topics because we're going to another one that's really, really good too, guys. Listen to this one. This one's a little juicy as well. Let me share my screen so y'all can see it though. Cool. So listen, it's a text message exchange that happened. He says, "Hey, you are checked in into the hotel. Let me know what's going on. I called you 3 times. What the F? I'm so sorry. I just checked in 30 minutes ago. My phone was charging. It died. I'm getting out of the shower now. Bet I'm on my way to see you." She's like, "Huh? What you mean, huh? I'm on my way to hang out with you. Is that an issue? Hang out with you? Hang out in what way? Sorry, I can't see." And then it says, "We've been talking for 5.5 months. I flew you out here and got you a hotel. I want to see you, babe. Why you acting brand new?" And she's like, "It's late. I don't want company tonight. is all. I'm tired. It's literally after midnight. Okay. I'll be over in the morning. Then I'll let you sleep. Then over in the morning, just to hang out as friends, right? Can we FaceTime? My phone is still charging, she says. Why are you acting different? Do you not want to hang out? I didn't know we was just friends. I would not have flown you out. I don't F my friends. We've been sending nudes and sexting on FaceTime. What am I missing here? I feel like we're rushing things. I don't want to have sex or anything. Just hang out as friends if that's okay. Smiley face. You're an amazing and a good friend. You're amazing and a good friend. I don't want to upset you. Upset me? I'm livid. I paid over $1,000 for you to come out here. I don't do that for friends. You know what? No worries. I love when men say that. It's about to go left.
I'm good.
No worries. Good. Since we're friends, I need my money back. $977.56. And he got down to the dime. And she said, I don't have that. Why are you acting this way? I just want you to take things slow. Please don't be mean. Taking it slow would mean me not flying you out here. You played me. So checkout is at 12 tomorrow. I'm canceling the other 2 days. Also, I'm canceling the flight back. You can figure it out on your own. Wow. She said, so that's how I think she said it. Wow. Yeah, for sure. So this is now, this is how you do people. I don't have money to get back. At least allow me to fly back. I'll check out tomorrow. Nah. Lose my number and have a nice life. And then she says, I'm sorry. You blocked me? Please pick me up. I don't have the funds to get home. Shaking my head. Woo! That was a doozy. All right. So I thought that was a really, really good one to kind of spice some things up a little bit, guys. So what say you, Mike? What do you say?
Bruh. So okay. All right. I'm a Christian, not the fact that I'm condoning sex before marriage and stuff like that. But let's talk about the facts, right? Y'all been dating for such amount of time, 5.5, 6 months, whatever. Let's take that out of the picture. Don't even worry about that. The time is concerned, right?
Right.
Let's talk about the fact that y'all been sending, nudes and all that other stuff to each other, insinuating that this is going to happen.
FaceTiming too, Mike. FaceTiming and nudes.
FaceTiming and nudes. So y'all sexting, y'all doing whatever via FaceTime. FaceTime might as well be, a little OnlyFans situation. You know what I'm saying? Like
up in that thing.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that you've already precursored yourself into the situation, somebody flies you out for over $1,000 and we just friends.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I stand with this man. Okay. Yeah. You have the nerve to give me some idea that what's about to go down. You gonna FaceTime me? You gonna sext me? You gonna be like, yo, oh my goodness, oh, we doing this all long distance. And then when I spend my hard-earned $1,000 to fly you and your bags out here. I don't like somebody said, I don't know where they was flying to for $1,000, but they flew out for $1,000. I don't know where, but I assume flight and hotel. So that could happen. He might have really thought. I mean, especially if he thought he was about to get the cheeks. I'm sure he was like, I'm putting her in a penthouse suite because I'm about to get up in them cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
On the balcony.
He goes. I'm looking over the city while I'm taking care of that thing. You feel what I'm saying? So all I'm trying to say is, I get what my man is saying because I'm just like, yo, shawty, how you gonna play him? So she basically played him, and then I love the way he just said, your room is canceled. Come on. Okay, you check out is at 12. I would cancel her then. I'm like, actually, that person is lying.
Was she stranded there? Is she still? How did she get home?
She's still here to this day.
She's probably there. She's probably watching the episode that we're streaming right now from wherever she is. She can't get back. But he didn't pay for it. She didn't have the money to get back. So, but my thing is like this: like, okay, she ain't had the money to get back. Why are you traveling? You don't got no money, woman.
Yeah.
Why are you traveling? You ain't got no money.
That's not smart either.
I mean, you don't got no money to get home. You don't got $200, $300. You don't got no money to get home, and you getting flown out taking showers. Like, don't bite off more than you can chew, lady. You know what I'm saying? You acting like you about to make it go down. Don't play when it's time to do that.
That's right. So if y'all just friends usually means like, how can I say this? So I should be able to financially support myself if I'm just going out with my friend.
I'm sorry.
So-
I'm sorry, Mike. My
Yeah.
sister just said something that was just totally inappropriate on my podcast, and you're not going to be just giving the cheeks out. While no, okay.
Kalita,
No.
you live your life. He's your little brother.
You will be
He's
having
your little brother.
You will be having Bible study. She said this. That was a super rude of her. All I'm gonna say is if he flies me out and we've been kicking it for a minute, well, we not having Bible study. Well, you may not be having Bible study, but you're definitely going to be going to somebody's church. You are not going to be having none of the coloring. And that you don't make me pull up. I would get flown out and go over there and start knocking on doors. Get off of her. Don't do her like that.
No color.
I want
like a white crown on a white piece of paper. No color.
If this was reversed with the ladies, would they be mad if you flew a guy out? Is that okay to fly a guy out? Is that not okay in 2021? I'm just asking. I don't know. Like, I just don't know if that's okay.
That's a good question because I think it's this high idea of gender roles that we were talking about last week. And
can you fly a guy out?
You can I get? I mean, y'all, all the women, all the energy. I'm every woman. I'm all I could do. I don't need no man. Fly me out, then, okay?
And if you fly me out, and if I don't feel like doing it, I don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood. What we doing?
Okay, T.
What's
I'm
happening?
sorry.
All right.
Okay, T. We
might because we know
our
if
heads,
you fly me out.
Oh gosh.
I'm about to log off this thing. I cannot do. I cannot do.
Yo,
T,
wow.
you gotta get off of this. You gotta get out of here because you can't be egging my sister on this way. This is inappropriate. This is not what the podcast is for.
This is exactly what it's for.
I like
real, relatable topics.
No, this is too real and too raw for me. This is what Jan was saying. Were they dating? Doesn't seem like they had situation was made clear. That's trashy miscommunication, though. I mean, I think a lot of times, and we know this to be true in dating. You don't really make things clear, right? Like you don't really talk about all of that stuff. Like, you just kind of like everybody's about the feel. Everybody's about the it feels like it's going here. It feels like and you talk about a man. We always like, is it time to have sex yet? Is it time to color yet? Like we are always like dinner trying to figure out how we gonna get to the coloring. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the context clues that led up to this, she was trash for having FaceTimed him and having sexted him, giving some sense of anticipation towards, this is what's going to go down if I get flown out. You get flown out and you don't even want him to come over that night. If I book the room, you don't have to even tell me to come over. I'm already naked on the bed with rose petals. Right?
Just...
I'm already in the room, just in my drawers, like, hey, I just I was been waiting on you. I got coffee and tea. What do you need a Red Bull? Because it gives you wings. You know what I'm saying? I'll be out here.
I'm just disappointed because Tanisha didn't fly me out. I think when we get logged off, we need to have a conversation. I didn't get. Why did you not fly me out? I just want to know that. I've never.
I already.
He said, first off, if I fly you out, I already hit. Ain't no lie at all, bro. I'm telling you, ain't no way I'm flying you out. And ain't already no. There will be no for men. We are not about to get you flown. Well, at least most men. Not this guy didn't do it, but for most men, that would not have happened. There's no way I'm flying you out and not know for sure if that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
get bang. If I'm trying to get you out there to do that, it's no way for sure. I would be for sure no.
Alicia said, if I'm finna to be flowed out, it's not clear on my end. Are you my guy? I'm not going to end up looking foolish.
Yeah. So a good example of that is when me and Renee were first dating. She's so funny for presenting it like this. So she called me on the phone one day and was like, yeah, I was talking to Angel, one of her friends.
And Renee's your wife. I want to make it clear to people.
Yes,
I know.
Renee's my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to Angel, and she asked me, was we dating? And I was just like, I don't know. And I'm sitting there like, girl, yeah, we dating. I'm spending all this money with you. I'm spending all this time. I'm spending all this money on you. Spending all this time with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we dating. Like we a thing. And she was like, oh, okay, all right, just making sure. But it was just so hilarious how she presented it though. Like there needs to be like serious conversations when it comes down to dating, right? Like to know where people are. But just
that's like what are we conversation though. What are we?
Yeah. Yeah, legit. We need to have those conversations because you end up in situations like Shorty right here, thinking, you know, that they wasn't exclusive and they just friends and getting flown out. And man,
She did, and I agree with T here. I'm gonna call her T because that's what T calls her. She got played because she showed her hand too soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It should have been a thing of. I mean, it should have been a thing of. I'm on my cycle. Okay, all right. So I'm sorry, you know, that we can't.
What
do
that
this.
mouth do?
But
if I fly you out, I'm being like
Jesus, T, relentlessly real. Okay,
town. If I fly you out,
here we go again.
T like, look. I don't need but one hole. I don't care what.
You see today?
I don't care which hole it is. I just need I need a hole to go into.
$1,000. That's a stack, yo. Like what? A stack? That's a stack.
Y'all are killing me today, yo.
That's a stack. I spent a bill. Like let's be very clear. I spent a bill. Like I spent a mortgage payment.
You in trouble,
once we get into those things,
you in trouble, bro.
You in trouble, bro.
Listen, I just
when you go upstairs, your wife gonna be like,
"No, she said my house." Listen, I spent a mortgage payment on you. What's the discussion?
Yeah. She said, so as a woman, if I fly you out, we've had a conversation. If I choose to bring you into my territory, we've had a conversation. I agree. We all talk about it. I mean, we all talk about it. Why didn't he pick her up? Well, you got flown out. You know what you are. Okay, so you're just a hit. We're not pulling out.
But that would have solidified. That would have solidified. Like may not have solidified. But why didn't he pick her up? I'm with that energy. I'm actually with that energy.
Yo, T said she got strep and it's contagious.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Latex. We good.
I think it's interesting though. Like we talked about communication.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't talk about, I'm not talking about in the sense of like, you know, on the married side, but this is really on the dating side, obviously. But just like, like that what are we thing that happens so often in dating. Yeah. I remember that question. I used to hate that. I'm like, girl, we just chilling. You know what I mean? Girl, it's just, I'm knocking that thing. Girl, we just, you know, we're just friends, you know, we just, you know. And or what we used to say? What's the word we used to always say, man? I forget the terminology, but it wasn't with just friends. It was like with friends with benefits or something else that we would say.
We're
like
kicking it. We just kicking
it. We're just kicking it. We just chilling. We just whatever. We're vibing. You know what I'm saying? And that's often the energy. It's like it's a vibe or whatever. But in those moments, it's like when it's a vibe, it's kind of hard to perceive like how far are we going with this and how far is too far, right? And so oftentimes, and I guess I don't want to branch. We gotta like. This is a great episode and already is over. God, sorry, but it's almost funny because I was thinking about how we as men have to initiate sex in dating and how that translates to initiating sex in marriage and how we get frustrated as married men having to do that thing all the way through marriage, looking for our wives to do it. So it's like, just because that energy started that way with this guy, is like, I'm initiating, I'm pushing for it to happen. What oftentimes in marriage is like, yo, I may have started that way, but I don't want it to always be that way.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah,
so
man.
I don't know.
We want to feel like, you know, we loved, right? Like we want to know that you want us.
Yeah,
so.
Joe just hit it. Talking. We're talking.
Yeah, we're talking.
We're talking. That's what that was what it is, babe. We're talking. So like, like, yo, we just talking, but I am knocking you down. But we're just talking. It's so funny how we use these words. Like we're literally just talking. No communication happening. I'm banging. I'm like Terrence said, I'm taking you to Pound Town. I'm using that again somewhere. I don't know where.
Taking you to Pound Town.
That's like the third or fourth time we've said Pound Town.
Pound Town's a good way to get somebody's attention.
I'm trying. So
sermon topic. Listen. I'm taking you to Pound Town. They're gonna be like, "Woo! I want to hear this sermon. I need my notepad."
Look.
Oh God.
Go ahead, T. You was about to say something.
I'm just with you. It's like we got the bonnet. We got bonnet equals bondage, and we got
bonnet equals
Pound
bondage.
Town.
We got Pound Town. You're taking her to Pound Town. It's a trip.
So one-way trip, exclusive, first class.
Hers is definitely a one-way trip. But Jam says he should have picked her up if he was really trying to get her, especially if he was looking for some return on investment. I was like, oh, I hadn't seen that in sex before, but yeah, I got you. He should have been there to close the deal. That's
if he's flying, I'm like, if I didn't even catch that part because I had technical difficulties, but if he's flying her out, like he should know when the flight lands. You ain't got to worry about no ride, like that. If she's like, no, I'm cool, I'll meet with you. Nah, you about to get played. That's like she ain't about to hook up with you. She got a free trip.
Well, Jam, you're correct in saying just talking is F-boy stuff because that is exactly
what it is.
What I was using. I said we just talking. It is what it is. We're not exclusive, We're just talking. Yeah. It's just Pound Town. This is an amazing episode, yo. It's a dope, amazing episode, yo. Y'all were super involved, and the topics were super fun and juicy, man. I mean, we were talking about some different things today. And so if you guys enjoyed the podcast, we always would love for you guys to keep spreading the word. We're trying to build. As you can see, we're on Facebook and now on YouTube. You're not just on Facebook anymore, on YouTube. So now if you want to check us out, head to our YouTube page at Relentlessly Real Podcast. Relentlessly Real Podcast. Just type that in the search box and you'll see us on YouTube and you'll see us on Facebook. Follow us, whatever. And keep spreading the word, man. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m. talking about trending topics. We were supposed to get into another topic talking about women taking ownership, but we couldn't even get there because the topics were just too juicy today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are dope. Keep spreading the word. If anybody else, y'all have anything else to say? Because I don't want to, cut you off.
No, that's good. Relentlessly Real Podcast. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're on iTunes, all of it.
Yeah. Any type of inquiries, hit us up in the Gmail account as well.
Absolutely.
So this is what I want to say. So honestly, if you've enjoyed the content, we want y'all to actually go back and look at some of our other topics. So if you're driving now that the world is opening back up and you're driving to work and you need something, you're sticking to music that's just whack right now, just listen to our podcast, listen to some other episodes. Relentlessly Real Podcast, it'd be dope.
Yeah, music is whack right now. We don't listen. I don't even turn the radio on anymore. It's ridiculous. I'm old. We're officially old now, just so we're clear. Like everybody, and maybe even people here. If you're on Facebook, you're probably old. I'm just gonna say it. And we're with you. We're old too. You know what I'm saying? We're not leaving y'all behind.
Nah, but look, as you guys are going back and listening to the podcast as well, leave a review. Put a bunch of likes on that, John. Let people know how good of a podcast this is, so we can get more reviews.
Yes. Thank you for saying that, Mike. Leisha said, taking ownership of what? You'll see next week. You will see next week. You're gonna be taking some ownership of something because we're sick of it. We're tired of it. It's like, it's not a bad thing, ladies. We're gonna talk about it. We'll get there. But again, thank you so much for listening to Relentlessly Real Podcast. My name is John.
My name's Mike.
And as always, I'm Terrence.
And this is a juicy podcast. Juicy. Talk to y'all soon, man. Take care, guys.
Later.